Hi everyone, and welcome to today's show. This is your host and your coach, Dr. Mary Ayers. And we've got a good one today. Today's show is called What You Want Wants You. And the very first thing I want you to do right now is actually ask yourself, does that make sense to you? Does that even feel true? That what you've been wanting, whatever it is, it could be a soulmate, it could be a particular way of life, it could be a job, it could be a particular kind of job, it could be more clients or more success or more money. Whatever it is, I just want you to take a second and think about this idea that it's not just you who's doing the wanting, but that you are wanting something and that thing is wanting you. It is looking for you. It wants that match up. How true does that feel to you? Try it on. If you're finding yourself saying, I don't believe it, I just can't imagine it, because after all, I've been looking for a really long time. I've been wanting this forever. I want it so bad it hurts. I could squeeze myself. It hurts so bad. How could it possibly be looking for me? As if I am hiding, which, by the way, we're going to explore a little bit. Is it possible I am hiding while it's looking for me? Now, here's what I like to say. There is a certain degree about visibility that is very important, and I'm going to give you some hints on how to get more visible, what needs to happen for you to be more visible so that you can be found, so that the match up can be, I sound like Match.com, so the match up can be happening. But the truth is, there is a degree of resonating, of having that resonance that attracts those two things together. The thing that you're wanting and the way that it's going to come, how that's going to look, and are you going to let it in? I do a whole different series about really claiming what it is we want. But right now I've got to be on the radar. I've got to be seen. We've got to be able to see each other, and it feels like oftentimes we're the ones who can see what it is we want, but we've never given a thought to the idea that it is looking for us. There's something inherent in our desires that is looking for us, but there are things that get in the way of being found. So let's look at some of the things that get in the way of being seen. We often talk about it is, you may want something, but can you really imagine yourself with it? So one of the tools that we have is that you can imagine yourself already living that life, whatever it is, having that mate, having that business, having that many clients, living within your purpose, and then asking yourself, as you're standing there in this greatness, it's all come together, what does it feel like? Does it feel like it's the most natural thing under the sun? Or does it feel like there is something unfamiliar with it, unknown with it? So that fear of the unknown, what will it really look like? I don't have an experience of the feeling, is going to be something that gets in your way, because we have to be different in order to have different. That's just how it is. I can't be the same person now and have more success, more happiness, more peace, more joy. Okay, you can't have it, because who I am right now needs to be expanded. So there is an aspect of identity. Is my identity one that encompasses having that? Am I saying, I have this? I am in a great relationship. I have a phenomenal business. I am making a difference in the world. My client base is huge. My income is constantly growing. And does it feel true? How true does it feel? Now, I did a show called Closing the Gap. Go back and find that one. That is how we get closer to closing the gap, is by being able to see ourselves in that new changed life as if it is the most natural thing under the sun for us. So anytime we wobble in our desires, we're pulling something towards us, but then we lose our focus, we lose that drawing attraction, and it has to pick up again. So quantum physics will tell us that it is our attention on something that causes it to be there. It's almost a scientific, well, it is a scientific principle, is that it is our attention on the molecule that creates its existence. And when we are wobbling, in other words, if we're not quite sure, do I really want it? What is it exactly? Can I have it? Would it be safe for me to have it? I call that wobbling. We wobble in our belief and our desire, and when we do that, it's almost as if you were levitating something, and then your mind gets distracted and the thing falls down. And then when you put your attention on it again, you kind of bring it up, and it starts to hover, and it's levitating, and then all of a sudden over there comes a little distraction, and boom, there's the thing. It starts to go down again. So this kind of wobbling, we want it, but we're unsure of it. We want it, but then we change our mind. We want it, and then we think, well, do I really know what I want? I don't really trust myself. Any of these kinds of things is what creates a sense of uncertainty. And what you're saying to the universe is, I think I want this, maybe I don't. Maybe I want this, maybe I don't. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Imagine it like you're telling somebody, come closer. No, stop, move away. Oh, come closer again. No, now move away. And then you say, well, why aren't you here yet? I don't understand it. And the other person would look at you and go, well, because sometimes you told me to come and other times you were saying go away. And so I haven't made quite the movement that you would hope because of the fact that you haven't been consistent. So this idea around consistency, around certainty, around allowing is really primed to being seen by this thing that is wanting you. So the next piece of this is, are you ready to be found? Are you the person that will match this thing? So I've used this kind of metaphor before. I go, you have to be at the same level as where that thing is that's looking for you. So let's just use a building as an example. Okay? If the thing that you want is on the 5th floor and you are in the basement, you're not going to match up with it until you get to the 5th floor. Now you can walk all around that 1st floor all you want, looking for it, wanting it, desiring it. It's not on that 1st floor. Now imagine yourself getting in the elevator. This is a good exercise. Imagine yourself getting in the elevator and taking the elevator up to the 5th floor. And the doors are open and there are all these people there. They represent so many of the different facets of life that are going to happen to you on the 5th floor. Now freeze for a moment. They can't see you. Everybody there is frozen. But you're looking at them. Ask yourself, how does it feel? All those clients that are out there that you've been looking for, tons of clients, what are they looking for? So that when you are the person who steps off of that elevator and you say, hey, here I am, they're going, yes, that is exactly what I was looking for. What are they looking for? Well, I can give you a little hint, is that they're looking for somebody with certainty, with a sense of confidence, with a sense of knowing that they can be helpful to you. So the person who's going to get off that elevator has that sense of knowing that what I've got is going to be helpful to you. So if you know that one of your concerns is, I don't know if what I've got is what people want, or I'm not really sure about it, does it really have any value? So you're not going to get off on that 5th floor because those people are waiting for the person who has got that confidence and certainty. And if that's not you yet, then now you know how to bridge that gap, is for you to believe in yourself that you can and you are that person. Because when those doors open for you on that 5th floor, you're going to say, here I am. I'm so glad that I'm joining this party. And that's the gap we want to close. So it's less about, is there really something that's looking for me, as the fact that it's not going to be on the 1st floor. We have to be ready and be that person who, to when the doors are open, that we're saying, here I am. I've been preparing myself to meet you. And now we're both on the 5th floor and we're ready to meet each other. And that's when you find each other. So of course, as you know by now, Our job is just to remove all the stuff that's in between me being on the first floor and everything I want being on the fifth floor. And it's a constant working because everything is going, you're going to be on the fifth floor and what you want is on the 10th floor. This is never stopping. It's always about just smoothing out that ride, getting yourself ready to be prepared to be the person who's ready to be found. And I hope this makes sense to you because it is so critical. So many people think that they have to work so hard, but they're doing the wrong kind of work. The kind of work we're talking about is getting ready to be able to expand your identity, to see yourself as the person who is really ready to meet whatever that destiny is. And so, of course, we're going to do some tapping to clear that up. We're going to tap on what might be getting in the way. So first think about this. Think about this. What I'm looking for is looking for me. What I want wants me. And just feel it. How true does that feel for you? Does it really feel like that's a possibility, or does it feel like that's not my experience? I don't believe it. Feel it in your body. Give it a truth number. How true does it feel for you? 10 is a lot. 0 is 0. And we're going to start at the karate chop. Even though it doesn't feel like what I want wants me, I'm opening to this new idea now. Even though I'm not sure I believe that what I want wants me. What if it were true? What would that mean? Even though what I want is wanting me, it hasn't been my experience up till now. I'm getting ready to open myself to this new belief. And at the eyebrow, it certainly doesn't feel like what I want wants me. Side of the eye, that just can't be true. Under the eye, I've been here wanting. Under the nose, and it hasn't found me yet. On the chin, I don't even know if I believe it's trying to find me. On the collarbone, what would have to happen for it to find me? Under the arm, after all, I've been wanting it for so long. Top of the head, I just don't believe it's looking for me. Back at the eyebrow, what is taking so long? Side of the eye, up till now, I thought I had to do all of the work. Under the eye, you mean it's possible it could be looking for me? Under the nose, what would have to happen for it to find me? On the chin, I wonder if I'm really ready. Collarbone, I thought I was ready. Under the arm, but I can see now I have a few beliefs that aren't working for me. Top of the head, thank goodness I'm working on them. Back at the eyebrow, I'm so glad I'm getting ready right now to find it. Side of the eye, it feels good knowing that we're going to be meeting soon. Under the eye, I'm more ready than I've ever been before. Under the nose, I'm taking on a new belief that we're meeting up soon. On the chin, that it's possible for me to have that life. Collarbone, I am excited about the possibilities. Under the arm, I'm getting ready right now no matter what. Top of the head. It's so exciting knowing that what I want wants me. Back at the eyebrow. What I want wants me. Side of the eye. I'm wanted. Under the eye. I'm looking forward to it. Under the nose. Nothing could keep us apart. On the chin. Imagine that reunion. Collarbone. We're meant to be together. Under the arm. I love knowing it's looking for me as I'm looking for it. Top of the head. And I love knowing that we're made for each other. Take a breath. It feels good to play with it, doesn't it? Just imagine that idea of something looking for you, the excitement that it feels of looking specifically for you. How does that feel? Imagine those elevator doors opening up and all those faces looking at you with such excitement, like a surprise party. Oh my God, you're here! We've been looking for you, we've been waiting for you. And in that moment, in that time, you know that you could have never have been apart, that you're so excited that you did whatever it took in order for you to be ready to get on that elevator and be there and to meet them. It's such a greeting, it is such a knowing that it should always have been this way, as if I've known you my entire life. When you think about it before, it feels like meeting a stranger. But when you've done the work and it's the most natural thing in the world, you know that they're going to be there. It feels like you're opening up to a room of people who have known you forever, who know you now and who've been waiting for you, and they're so excited that you showed up. It is true that what you want wants you. And so we are getting ready to do that, and you've been doing it every one of these shows. We've been getting you more and more ready for it, is that you tap around anything that gets in the way of you getting on that elevator. And so really feel what it feels like for you. What are the apprehensions about pushing that up button? What do you need to get rid of or open up to? I love the idea really more of opening up to than getting rid of, because there's so much more potential when it says, what am I going to take on? What's the expansion I'm going to have? And what is it that I need to expand into, that I'm going to do my work and tap around so that I can open up and into that place that's waiting for me. So you know I'm here as your coach to help you through this. That's exactly what all my programs are about. My coaching program, Moving from Fear into Action When You're Ready to Say Yes, is about us taking these steps so that we are getting on that elevator and you're going to meet those people who are so excited for you. It's about clearing out some of the past, some of the old clutter, so that you can show up, you can be visible, you can feel comfortable feeling visible, and really expanding the identity of who you are, so it's just the most natural thing in the world for you to do that. If you are ready to say yes, feel free to get in touch with me at mary@tapintooaction.com. We can talk about the coaching program, what you're ready for, and let's do it. Mary@tapintooaction.com. Until next time, stay brilliant.